everybody, this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I paint a fluffy petaled pink flower, and it's actually going to be a little bit of a spray of flowers, but that type of flower on this vase. This is a vase that I use quite often in my videos, and I'm going to go ahead and get started today using Happy Green, Thicket, Magenta, School Bus Yellow, Berry Wine, and Wicker White. The brushes I'm using today are the 3/4 inch flat brush from Plaid. It's a one-stroke brush. The number 12 flat brush by Plaid. And this is the number 1 liner by Plaid. All these are one-stroke brushes. Not using that one, but I will be using my dotting stylus. Use this quite a lot. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I will do the petals of the flowers using the Wicker White and the Magenta. So basically I am double loading my brush, going back and forth with the magenta and the white, like that. Gonna go ahead and get started. Again, I apologize if these still have some remnants of paint, but I actually use the same bases over and over again for my videos, so that's why you're going to see some paint remaining after I've cleaned them off. Now I did actually try do an experiment here. I'm trying to see if it worked or not. Not really finding a big difference. Let me go ahead and do this a little bit slower because I'm trying to get good coverage. And I'm just basically wiggling my brush up and down and around. But I did coat this glass with a medium, flow medium, to try to see if that helps, because I like to get a more opaque look, and I just find that a lot of times with just painting on the glass, it doesn't allow me to do that. I don't like that too much. Let me go ahead and start over here. And so I thought, I'm going to go ahead and give that a try because I had somebody that had recommended that. And I thought, well, let's do it and see if it makes a difference. If it does make a difference, I'm really not seeing too much of it. I'm just seeing, maybe a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's really enough to write home to Mom about. It's the only problem when you do the leaves like this, when I'm trying to get them to look like they're flipping up. When you do it on the glass, it seems like it removes the paint that you've painted underneath. So you kind of have to work with that a little bit. I'm just going to keep going here around. And like I said, I'm just kind of painting this leaf, just doing some wiggling. I don't want it to be a real smooth leaf, but I'm just kind of pulling them in and out, and I'm going to put a little bit more paint on it. Again, everybody knows that I do like to have more of a opaque result, and that's what I'm going for here. Like I said, if this helps at all, it's very little. Not trying it with the red, which would probably be my big tell-all, to be honest with you, because the red is the one that I typically have a harder time getting coverage with. Alright, so I'm just going to keep working on this. I'm just pushing my brush down and just kind of wiggling it to get the look I want. And there's a little leftover piece there. And then I'm going to do my next piece because I want it to be an arrangement. So I'm going to go ahead and start it over here and just wiggling it around. And I have a dog visiting me right now. It's my dog, but she's looking for carrots, but she really can't eat carrots. They make her get sick, but she doesn't know this, and apparently doesn't care too much. So she doesn't care if it makes her sick or not. She wants to eat them. Now, anytime you're painting on glass, if you find like you're not getting the look you want, it could be that you might need to allow some drying time in between. And if you feel the need to go over it again, that's definitely not impossible. Hold on, she's taking the bag of carrots. Sorry about that. So I'm working down here all this time, and it comes time to do a video, she's got to be right down here and getting her nose in it. And I'm sorry, my furnace is starting to kick up again. These are definitely easier to do on paper when it comes to getting the leaves to turn, making the fluffier leaves. If you can see, I'm just kind of wiggling it a little bit, not doing my typical mopping the floor kind of wiggle, but I'm just getting it all over the place here. And I mean, I can go ahead and do something like that, where I actually put some paint in it, cover it like that. But I'm looking at this thinking, okay, well, I didn't really connect, and that's okay to have that space there. You know, I might leave that because I can actually do something with that. The only problem I'm worried about here is I don't want to touch the paper while I'm trying to paint the next bloom. Just real easy kind of a leaf. Yep, I don't like that. I'm gonna get right in here. But I do like this pink and white. I don't like that look though. I like this pink and white. Back it off a little bit. I think it's pretty. The magenta and the white. Such a pretty design. And such a big design. I'll turn this a little bit. Like I said, I'm just kind of wiggling it randomly. Because I don't want my leaves to have any kind of a defined, certain flow as far as how many brush strokes I'm doing to get it to look this way or that way. So it's just kind of a random, go back over it again. I just don't want it to be too pink on the edges. I'm just kind of wiggling it around and then coming back over. Alright, so now there's a couple little spots here, just kind of touch them up, no biggie, like that. Now you could go ahead and put a couple little parsley or like bud kind of type of flowers, because you know, anybody that watches my videos knows that I really like to work in odd numbers. You don't have to show all the petals, even though it's a 5-petal flower, you don't have to show 5 petals in the bloom or the bud. I like to have more white on the outer edges. Yes, this kind of reminds me of cotton candy in a sense. Now the medium that I use, and I have to admit this one, is not one that is meant for glass. As far as glass painting, it's just what I had. I still have to work on getting the right medium. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is take the little liner brush that I have, and I'm going to draw in the little center stamen, I guess is what you would call it. And I'm just using this little brush, and I'm just going to use the darker green. Now I could, and maybe I will, touch in here some of the happy green to give it a different look. And then go back and touch in the dark green. And then pull it like that. Alright, and then I'm going to go over here and do the same over here. Now when you're painting these, if you want to have more separation and a distinctness between the petals on your flower, which I'm not really too concerned with, but you could actually go over your brush, or take your liner brush and go over the petals that kind of outline them a little bit. I'm not going to do that on this one because I'm really truly not concerned about that. But I did put some pressure here to make it thicker, and then just lighten up on the pressure as I'm pulling it through. On this one I am going to add the lighter green. Go like that. Got back in with the darker green. And go like this. Like that. Alright, not done with those yet, but what I'm going to do next is take the Thicket and the Happy Green, maybe a little flow medium. I just really need to find the medium that's proper. Whew, it finally stopped. That's proper for glass painting. But we'll go ahead and start here. I'm going to go ahead and do my typical, I'm going to go like this, and then do some little lines that are like just like this, maybe 3. Does not have to be a lot. And then just kind of, well, I can do my little stem first, however I want to do it. I'm just pulling and then pulling these back, and I'm going to leave it at that. Leave it at that. Okay? Then I'm going to do some of my typical leaves that I do. And you can do, when you're doing these type of leaves, you can either go like this, so where you're going down, and I'm just going to try to do three little bumps. Bumps or humps, however you want to say it. And then come here and do, and then go. And then I'm going to pull it through like that. And then I'm going to do another one now. What you could do, and on this one I'm going to do this, is rotate it with the darker green on the outside. Come through here and do it with the darker green on the outside once again, and then just pull my stem through. Now if you need to touch it back into the paint to give it actually some color, feel free to do so. There you go. Alright, so I'm going to just kind of turn it and put leaves or leaf wherever I feel it's necessary. You don't have to do even numbers. You know, you can do odd numbers with the leaves. It doesn't really matter either way. This is one where I'm just kind of giving you the freedom to do whatever flows, whatever makes you happy. And I think on this one I'm going to do the darker, because I could do two. I'm going to do two that have the light on the outside. Oops. My problem is I get started from one direction and then I flip it. So then I dip my paint into a brush. Now this one I just did where I had the light on one side and the dark on the other. And you can do that as well. Just a variety of different variations. This one I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to dip it in. And do it again. Just pull it down. There you go. This one I'm just going to leave it at one. Like I said, they don't have to have a cluster of two every time you do one. I just find myself doing that. Not sure why. But then I'm going to come up here like that. Make sure it's a little thicker with the light on the outside. And then come through here and go whoop, like that. And then do another one. This one's going to be in the darker green on the outside and the light green on the inside. I did do a little more wiggling on that side. Sorry. Now you can, run these like they're, cross your stem over into that leaf if you wish. I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more up here. And then I think I'm going to do another one where I have the different colors on the sides, like that. And you can, while you're doing this, you can add some, do the leaves so it looks like there's some movement to them. I just did not, oh no, she's back again. Must be getting close to time to eat. I mean, not that she doesn't always want to eat, but she seems pretty adamant about it right now. Alright, and I'm just going to turn some here. One up in here. You know, just throw them in wherever you feel like they look like they naturally would fall. And if you want, you can even put some in here, just kind of make it more of a natural looking situation. Because you know, when you have a bouquet of flowers, they're going to have leaves all over the place, basically. Not just flowers. So that's okay. I'm just going to put a stem through it like that. Oh my goodness, did I not get on there? I'm sorry. I thought I was on there. This one right here. And you can do more than just one. That's up to you. We're getting close to being finished with this one. But I am going to, not quite done yet. I'm going to go ahead and put in some other basic stroke leaves that are single, no wiggling. On this one I'm making them a little bit longer because these flowers are pretty big. And you can even pull some that come down like this. It doesn't have to be just all straight up in the air. I feel like sometimes I do make it look like that, but it doesn't all have to be like it's all straight up right around the bud. Alright, so I'm going to come here and do the same thing. And then have it come out this way. A little bit different look. And again, I'm going to pull it down from here. Yeah, you can do a couple. It's fine. Definitely fine. And again, if you want to act like you put a little stem in here, you can. I just quickly just touch it and pull. Not to put too much time or energy towards that. Now I am going to go ahead and, like I said, put some of my basic leaves. But again, Amy likes leaves, as I've mentioned in all my videos. So, not a surprise. If you like my videos and you watch them, you're going to know this offhand. I am a big leaf person, and I think it's great to actually go over some of the leaves that you've already painted and put that, you know, just makes it more natural looking. And if you don't like stems showing like that, go ahead and add some more to it. They can be considered filler leaves, or you can actually do some real filler leaves. And like I said, my brush is getting so full of paint. Not happy about that, but we're almost done. And you can tap in other colors too, or you know, like little filler flowers and such. You don't have to just do one flower. I do one flower just to focus on that flower. I apologize for the barking. Alright, sorry about that. I had to take a step away here for a minute to get my dogs to stop barking. Anyways, I'm going to stop with that right there. As far as doing the leaves, I can get a little crazy, and I mention that often in my videos because I do like them. My next step is to take the School Bus Yellow, and I'm going to just do some dotting here on just towards maybe the center to the end of the stamen. I believe that's what it's called. If I'm saying it incorrectly, I apologize, but that's what I've always understood it to be called. I'm going to go over here to this one, do the same thing. You can make it fuller, you can add other colors in with it to make it stand out more, up to you. But here we go. And then do that over here. I think they're cute. Alright, so then what I'm going to do, because I do feel like it kind of needed another color just to make it stand out, is put in some berry wine. I'm going to wipe off the tip here, put in some berry wine, and continue with putting in these. And filling them in. But you could even add, if you do this, you can even maybe add some white to it and fill it in more as you go. Or you could just even leave it with the yellow. Or use white, or use the magenta. Just a variety of different ways that you can achieve this look or a different look, right? Alright, so again, we're almost finished. Thanks for sticking around. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell before you leave. And then after you view the video, there is going to be a share button underneath the video. Tap on that and share it on your social network and with your family and friends. That way you will help me out. I'm trying to grow my channel and I certainly would appreciate it. Just one more thing before we go. When I was talking about this, if you wanted to make the separation in petals more distinct, and I'm not going to do it on here, but you could take a liner brush and say do some white around the edges of these petals just to show separation if you feel like it's not evident enough. I like it. I think it kind of just has a real, I don't know, kind of a fun feeling when I look at it. But that's me. Mine kind of reminds me of cotton candy. Not to say that I want cotton candy, but that's what it reminds me of. Alright, I am done for now. Again, I do appreciate you taking time to stop by my channel. And until the next time, you have a good one.